Pigeons 420. Mr. Grow It. And Rob from Cannabis Lifestyle TV. From the Stash Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by the Freeze Pipe. If you want the best hits when you're toking your best flower or extracts, go to thefreezepipe.com. Save on your Freeze Pipe by using code LIFESTYLE during checkout. Save a little bit again, why not? From the Stash Podcast, it's your boy Rob from Cannabis Lifestyle TV, Pigeons 420, and Mr. Grow It. What up, boys?
What's going on? Hey, fellas. How you guys doing?
Doing great. How about
Living
you?
it up, man.
Very well. Very well. Thank you. Another
you know?
day. It is getting gorgeous out here. I remember a few episodes back we were talking about still freezing temperatures, and yeah, long gone. Long gone. We're in spring now, and sports are starting
up.
up.
I don't trust it. I thought we were there, and all
you
of a
should.
sudden it snowed,
I was gonna say it snowed for a good portion of right up until the middle of April. Actually,
yeah, I got lied to.
Lots of snow.
I mean, I don't know where you guys live, but it's already 80 degrees where I live.
It's like fuck where you guys
sunshine.
live.
I'm dog sledding down to you, bro.
Sunshine 330 days of the year.
Oh my god, I'll be down there eventually.
Days.
Fuck.
We're coming.
We're
coming.
Everyone there. I think that may be the place. It may be the Mecca.
Right.
Fuck. Just go out to the desert. Start it up, man.
Absolutely.
Start it up.
Let's do it.
You got to be innovative, man. You got to be innovative. Speaking of innovative,
interesting.
we're going to be talking about innovation in the industry and some things we would love to see, because there's a lot out there I've been seeing more and more where I'm like, holy shit, that's creative. And other things where I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if there was this, and this? Someone's like, yeah. And then we never can find that. No one ever makes it. So maybe we can spark some ideas for you entrepreneurs and inventors and people who, want to get into this industry. If you're seeing toward that episode.
And like a huge shout out to all those wonderful products, innovative products that are just making our life that much easier, because 2021, we've got some pretty sweet products on the line. Can you believe we have inline fans that don't make any noise? Like, what?
Tight. Who should
Some
sponsor
pretty
this
sweet
fucking channel, but yeah, I know, that'd be really tight. It's infinite. I think in general, when you've got the new products that are coming in this industry, and a lot of times they're not new technology, but it's stuff that's breaking ground in this industry, you really get to see where we're going and where things are being taken and how far along it's come since the days of literally just like throwing shit up in a room with a HPS and some basic random Lasco fans trying to get it going. You know what I'm saying? To now you've got everything that's so specific to the plant that someone's like, well, why did you just throw a leaf on it and no, it's proprietary? It's like, yes and no. There's some things that really make it different.
Look how far LEDs have come.
Oh my gosh.
In the last 5
shout out
years.
to Chilled Tech, and I don't know if you just saw they have this little controller they're putting out. Fucking tight, extra tight. I'm gonna have to get me one of them bad boys, Austin. Holla at your boy. And I really think when you're seeing that's one company right there. We've talked about best companies in the industry or companies there product wise, stuff like that. The controllers that are more and more coming out there. I know HLG has a controller. I know there's like third party ones that you can get that you can add on to your product there, but the one that Chilled's got going on here to be able to dial in your spectrum to the different parts of your garden where you want to be able to have it, and the full strength control of that light is fucking huge. Awesome, man. Like that's innovation that I really like to see when it's coming down to the grower, and we've got the full control, because if we've got this beast light, I'd like to be able to use it to its full potential. Makes the most sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's talk about controllers. Maybe that's a good starting point, because there are some good controllers that have come on the market, but I don't think they're quite there yet. So I think some of these controllers that are on the market or just getting on the market are aimed to really automate the grow entirely, right? So the idea is to plug your different pieces of equipment into this controller, and it'll automatically adjust your environment according to what the temperature is, humidity is, VPD, CO2, all that stuff. I don't think we're there yet as far as full automation, especially when we start talking about like VPD and being able to automate that. I don't think that's incorporated. Now, I know we've got the NIWA Grow Hub, which is something that people are talking about more and more.
Zach and the squad.
But there are some, I guess, bugs in that, and I think, Rob, you might have some more information on it. But it's not a completely automated thing, right? It's not like, okay, you plug in your equipment and now you don't even need to check into your grow room, right? We're still a ways away from that, right?
Yeah, and the only way to do that really is again, Frankensteining your stuff. You've got your automatic feeding, you got your automatic watering, you've got the fans and everything. How are you going to be able to fully automate everything unless you spend thousands of dollars? Something like this is going to automate a portion of the grow. And I do really love the aspect you've got the recipes. Hate the name, though, Zach. I still hate the name. But you've got recipes that now are a little different because you can change your whole grow between one area to the next, and you could have, but again, the thing I think they're confused about is I'm going to have different spaces. I'm not going to have the same space. So that plug, that outlet is only going to have one recipe, one stage of my grow. But with that, I can set my light cycle. I can set my watering cycle. I can set my humidity, my temperature, everything I need there for the most part, other than right now CO2. That's the main thing we're lacking there. But I hear they're adding an update soon, which I don't doubt it, man. They're super innovative guys. They're moving fast too. They're not, they listen and they apply very quickly. But once you set it, you can somewhat forget it. And the only downside of that is I'd like to be able to manually control certain things. So for example, for the watering, I'm not able to get down to the seconds. It's only by the minute. And that's not good for my organic side of things. I'm using the Hydrolock drip right system, or drip right hydrolock system, which is a beast, man. It just pumps out like, I think 6 gallons of water per minute. And I only need, 30 seconds, maybe 20 seconds in there because I'm using the organic mix. I don't want it to be able to run through there. Now on my cocoa side, they'd probably be great. Some drain to waste, whatever. Not the same situation here. So I can't just shut it off. There's no just shut off button on there. Once the recipe's there, the recipe's there. So that's the one downside. Everything else though, man, fucking hands off. I mean, it's beautiful. The app isn't as nice as I would like. There's little things. The UX could use a little bit of love. But I know we got some Gromies helping out with that. Green Goblins on the 1s and 2s for us, and a lot of that technology there. He's trying to help on the back end there too with them, with at least a little bit of consultation. So I think if the companies are listening, they're going to get better and they're going to innovate more and be able to take that dope product and take it to the next level. You've got Pulse has been doing pretty well with that, but it still is just like a monitor. It's not a controller.
It's a monitor, right? And that's what if we're going for automation, I don't want to monitor numbers. I want to be able to have an impact. I want to be able to be manipulating those numbers. If I'm finding that my humidity's too high, let's bring it down. Let's kick the fans up. If I'm finding that it's, anything. If I find that heat is having an impact, or it's too cold or too hot at any particular time, I want automatically my heaters, my humidifiers, my fans, my lights all plugged into the same unit, and they all talk to each other at the same time. So the only impact that I'm going to have, and that includes a camera. A lot of things can be identified through visuals. And if you have a good quality camera hooked up to that system, so that either through an app, I don't want remotes, I don't want controllers. Although you want something monitoring somehow in the garden. I take it to my app, come to the app, I can see what's going on my phone, and then go from there. Where do I want my humidity? How much do I want the fans, the levels? Is there, these are things that I do see happening. I do see this coming to a day. It's just we need to have these manufacturers creating, or these companies creating, humidifiers, air conditioners, inline fans, lights, or at least have some way to talk to them all. In the same way, in the same way my house talks to itself. My house can regulate the temperature. My house can, tell me when there's abnormal CO2 levels. They can tell me when there's smoke in the house. And these are things that all talk to each other through Wi-Fi. So we should be able to get to a point where our gardens can do the exact same.
Well, in a sense you can, but you gotta kind of Frankenstein that again. And I know you can do things like the Raspberry Pi with different sensors, and there's a push sensor and different things like that you can use and connect stuff together, but it's Frankenstein. So one thing could go wrong, another thing could happen, an update through the app, yada. Long story short, not quite as good. So again, hopefully Zach and the team are listening. We'd love to have some of these extra features in. I know we've talked about it. I know other people have mentioned it, and I think the quicker these guys can implement things like this, usually the first to market isn't always the best. There's other companies that have this, but if you can incorporate some of these things within a product that's already very quality, that's the key thing. But sometimes you got to expand the team. It's not going to just be the internal resources. I've seen people literally look at Facebook. They acquire companies for the technology. Literally. I mean, just so they can use that same technology. They have WhatsApp for Messenger pretty much. That's the reason they bought it. Even Instagram, a lot of those filters and a lot of the things, they took almost all that, put it right into Facebook. So I get it, but let's get it.
Yeah, and there are controllers out there, right? Trollmaster has a controller. A lot of people use the Inkbird controller. Those are very popular where you can plug in your equipment. But, again, it comes down to Frankenstein, like you said. So, CO2 monitor seems to be one of the more expensive pieces, and that's one I wanted to kind of talk about. I actually mentioned this on a recent Garden Talk video. I'm like, there's really no good CO2 monitor where you can hang in the middle of your canopy and get updates to your smartphone. And then I had a million people in the comment section saying the Pulse monitor, which I think Pigeons mentioned a little while ago, but the price on that is $500. So that's not
for just a monitor.
Yeah, you're going to be able to watch the monitor, but it does have light levels, temperature, humidity, VPD, all that stuff. So somebody had a really good argument for the $500 price tag. I still think it's a little bit higher. Now, I use the sensor push, which is awesome. It has temperature, humidity, and now has VPD as of the start of the year. But I think you have to buy a different monitor for that.
What's VPD for those that are watching?
Vapor pressure deficit.
And what's the importance of that?
It's basically regulating the temperature in the air difference between the plant and how the stomata opens. I'm butchering it. You got
it pretty good. No, sorry, you got that pretty good. We've mentioned it a few times now, and I
thought it was very potent and dope.
What?
VPD, I thought was very potent and dope. I don't know. That's the whole time.
Basically,
we got
depending
a full
on
video on the channel about it.
Basically, depending on what the temperature and humidity is, what your environment conditions are, the leaves on the stomata are going to open and close. And VPD is really kind of that ideal state to where the stomata is opened at a certain amount. From my understanding,
you described that wonderfully.
It's going to be
great job
getting the most of the transpiration and.
So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There.
No, but it's good. That's where I'm going to start having maybe vocabulary shit pop up, and that could be an episode too. Again, maybe
we really
vocabulary. Let us know. Drop it in the fuck. Isn't that tight? I just got bars. Vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Make a shirt. I could do that with a little bit of weed on it. Whatever.
But yeah, VPD more and more is popular, becoming more and more popular. More and more people are monitoring it. Sensor Push has it in it. Pulse has it in it. But CO2 is one of those monitors that just isn't incorporated yet in Sensor Push, and I'm hoping that they do it eventually and have it at an affordable price. Right? I don't want to pay $500 for a CO2 monitor. And something that can hang right down in the canopy and I can view it on my smartphone would be ideal with alerts. CO2 is too high, CO2 is too low. And then, we talked about the automation. It would be nice to kind of get everything more automated there. An affordable par meter, too. It's another thing that kind of shifting gears over a par. They're like $500 right now, $575
Green Goblin.
Why don't we have them why don't we have an app for that? To be honest with you,
you can get a shitty app for that.
There are apps.
Oh, is there?
They're not accurate.
Okay. Well, then they need to be better. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate they are. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will be able to kind of inform us that there are apps now.
I'm sure they're all smarter than us.
But I don't think they're good as like the Apogee par meters, which are most accurate, right? One of the more accurate ones. If they came down to a more affordable price, I'd like to see that for sure. Maybe there are going to be more companies out there that might launch a par meter that come in and competition will kind of drive down the price a little bit, I hope.
That's how it goes.
Just bring one with a plug, man. That's always cheaper instead of it being portable. Like, plug that motherfucker in the wall. Give me 6 feet. Goddamn, I'll use it.
True. Yep.
Right? Whatever you can do to make it more affordable, man. That's why I love, again, man, huge shout out to fucking ChillTech because you get the DIY option of their expensive-ass light. So I love that companies do that, man. And innovation on the grow side of things, there's a ton of stuff, of course. I'd love to have a single, like a quality Miracle Grow, you know what I'm saying? Like ethical quality, where it's like you just have, and Build-A-Soil is my closest thing I could think of, is using like the Build-A-Soil 3.0 mix, or you could do it yourself, but if you can just spend the money and you buy something like that and it's already done, boom, you got one fucking top feed, and that's it, that's amazing. And I think the innovation in that side, it's already been there, but who has put it together in that sense when it's like, buy it, do it, you're done. There's M3 here in Michigan, but I've still seen people either burn their plants or at a certain point have deficiencies depending how long they have to grow it, or depending on the pot size even too. It just is tough to see where the industry's at now. You got the 1-2 parts, this and that, but it's still missing your microbes, or it's still missing some crucial pieces. Nothing's ever just a one and done, make it happen for the simple guy who wants to grow his fucking tomatoes, It's crazy.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of variables in there.
That's the problem, is we'd have to have one cultivar. If everybody just had the same kind of
Miracle Grow does
green
it.
beans.
Like, you know what I mean? Miracle Grow does that. We're looking for a more, like, they do that. You can do it with your tomatoes. You can do it with your pergolias. You can do it with your roses. You can use it with your, you know what I mean? Like, it does do it. So why isn't there one for cannabis? Because it's
probably
there's clear
I'm sure
that
they may have a
they've
patent.
taken in variables.
You know, there's probably some patents out there that limit it, and that's a lot of things too. Is the restrictions of the gardening world, the agricultural space that's already out there. It's a little tougher for some of these companies to break into it and to grow really large without either A, being sued, or B, being acquired. And then we don't have that anymore. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to SM90, but they're gone. It used to be good. I endorse it on the channel. They're gone. But there's a lot of quality products out there that I've seen come and go. One, I know, Golden Tree. It's still hard for me to stand by it because I don't know what the fuck's in it. But it's all in one. You know what I'm saying? Like, for your additives, for pretty much all of your micronutrients, it's got damn near everything that you're going to need in there. You can use just your base nutrients along with that, and maybe some CalMag as well. But I've literally used just the Grow and the Bloom for Advance, and I've used the A and B for House and Garden and gotten amazing fucking results. So that's innovative. That's really cool. But that's the only thing I've seen so far that's like, here's just one product, then you can use another product and you're good. Maybe like a Dynagrow if you're going mineral based. So like you could use Dynagrow Bloom and Grow and then just fucking Golden Tree. And that's the simplest process you can get. But then of course you're gonna want your microbes in there. So you're gonna want to get some Great White, of course, or something even like, shout out to Scotty and the crew, some Recharge or whatever the fuck you prefer. I just really think that there's nothing out there right now that's just cutting edge, one fit, boom, makes it all happen. It'd be cool to see. But I'm not the scientist. I don't know. I'm not that guy.
Right. It's impossible, sure. But let's get it done.
Yeah.
Smash.
So what about the consumer side of things, guys? So that's
yeah, you were gonna, Chris. You had something at the top of the show you briefly mentioned before.
kind of like your roommate would benefit from it.
Oh yeah. So on the consumable side of things, you know, these smoking pieces that we have, whether it be a bong or a pipe or whatever, you have to inhale, right? And you're actually using some lung power. Now, there is a new product that I'm sure a lot of people have seen by now, which is kind of that gravity bong thing that flips over. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I know Cookies made one. There's some German brand that made one.
Shout out to Sarge, man. He made one at Dude It by Discord. The Grobies, he 3D printed one.
Okay.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah. So you basically just flip it over, and the water will suck in the smoke, and then it will push out. So kind of seeing more, what I'm getting at is more pieces that kind of just push out the smoke instead of having having to inhale to suck in. My roommate, he can't take bong rips anymore. He's got some issues with his lungs, and the very little lung power, it hurts him. So I think it would be a lot better if there were more pieces that just kind of push the smoke out instead of having to inhale in. That was kind of one thing I thought of.
That'd be fucking nice, man. And
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
I was
something
just
electric based.
sorry.
Didn't you say you had a buddy DIY something, P?
Yeah, I was just looking. They're just essentially gravity bongs. It doesn't have a particular name for it. I wanted to see what the name was.
There was a company that like Seth Rogen was.
There's a few of them.
emphasizing
I just looked. There's so
the
many now.
company. I know
that was 7 months ago.
No
now
patent.
there's like 20.
If you don't have a patent on it, people could run and gun with that shit.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine made a joint smoker, and he used it out of he used a fish pump with a little bit of hose, and essentially you would attach the joint into the lid, and then screw the lid onto into a capsule kind of thing, and the fish pump would blow the air past the joint, and it would blow it into your mouth, and you would just press the button. So it really depended on how well the joint was rolled, because it would canoe it real bad because it was just constant. But you could hold that thing about a good 8 inches or so, 7 inches from your mouth, and it just shot the smoke right into your mouth.
Remember Cheech and Chong?
Well, I guess
Nice
you could hold it
Dreams?
closer if you didn't want to inhale too much. But yeah, it was a wonderful thing, and I've never seen anything
Remember
like it.
he had a gun thing that fucking and it blew smoke. Remember that?
Yeah. Very
So
similar. I bet you
somebody
it was
made
exactly
something.
the same.
It's out there, and I fucking want it. So comment
I
section,
would like
if you know,
right?
let us know, please.
Yeah,
that'd
because
be
there's
dope.
and in fact, here's
My
another.
grandma's got emphysema.
I don't know if you had
She's
anything
good.
to say, Chris, about that. No. I know you can get those silicone bong tops that go on the top of your bong. to avoid putting your lips around your
yeah.
bong, because I hate putting lips around my bong. I would also like to see disposable ones. If you could just get like a
Hemp made.
almost like a tissue hemp, a hemp wrap. It's got a little slit in it. You just put it over your bong and just, and then I would take it off. I could hand it to a buddy or something.
in a Corona safe, dude. Boom.
Right. And it's just disposable, so that way I can either I can hang on to it for the session, and then by the end of the day, it's covered in resin, right? You don't want to clean it, just toss it. Just disposable. I would
That's
be all
a
over
fucking
that.
Shark Tank idea right there. Get your notepads
I'd be taking that
out.
shit
Holy
to
shit.
baseball. So
good.
when you got one of those, send me that shit, and you got a spot on my channel.
Hey, fucking into that. That's tight. Speaking of hemp wraps,
So, yeah.
man. I know I got one around here. I don't even want to smoke it. I'm not going to smoke it. I'm grabbing a fucking tobacco one. Whatever. It's my only vice. I wish a company would make a non-diet blunt, because every one of those hemp wraps are just a fucking diet blunt to me. I swear to God. They're non-blunts. Trey rolled me up the fattest, most big monster Duke in a fucking roller, a blunt roller, because it was so big. I hated it. And shout out to him for hooking it up, but I hated it. It was not a blunt. I rolled a blunt right afterwards. There's something different about how they smoke. The hit of it has like a tinge, like a little, like something to it, man. It's like, it's not the same. It's just not the same. It's like impossible food, like meat that's not meat type of shit. It all has a little tinge of something to it. Like, it's exactly how those are. And it doesn't matter what kind I smoke out of. Otherwise, they'll have crazy flavor to them, where it's like fruit punch, lemon, lime, tropical berry, all in one. I'm like, oh, I like the taste of my bud. Or then you got the palm leaves, which those are decent when you pair them with the correct cultivar. You got the right buds, the right flavors. They work real well. Otherwise, that shit tastes like green tea to me, and I don't fucking like it. And they don't smoke the same. They don't hit the same, The banana wraps, that's a fucking hard pass for me. We smoked those. No, did not like it.
Is that where it's banana peel?
It's like a
Is it
banana
a banana
leaf.
peel? Yeah, I watched that. Ugh.
No, sorry,
What about
guys.
roses? You ever tried rose petals yet?
No, I couldn't do that either. I don't like the floral. Like, ugh. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I've never
You
tried
can
it,
get
though.
fancy,
I've never
but
tried
like,
it.
I want to smoke
I like
a
all
blunt.
the
I'm
all the
going
things
on a
I
blunt.
don't like. I've never tried, like blue cheese. Never tried it, but I'm not gonna.
I hate it. I accidentally tried it once. You ever go to a buffet back in the day? The buffets used to go to the Old
Yeah.
Country or Ponderosa. Shout out to them when I was.
You
chubby.
couldn't spot blue cheese out of the bunch, or was it in something? Or
Dumb.
what?
At one point, well, maybe I still am. And I just went one day, just balls to the wall, getting a big old salad and just going hard with the ranch. So I thought,
Oh,
yeah,
stop.
took a big bite, and it was that blue cheese.
We're gonna have. The thing is we're gonna have a ton of blue cheese lovers in the chat. They're gonna be like,
I was gonna say I'm the
"What is
only
the
person that loves blue cheese. I guess. I mean, I put it in a burger, right?
We found one.
People put blue cheese on burgers. This is really good.
What?
No, they don't. No,
Yeah,
they
Blue
don't.
cheeseburger?
I'm just.
So you say a blue cheeseburger?
Blue cheese on the burger. Yeah, blue
Well,
cheeseburger.
Like,
It's good, man. Don't knock it
cheeseburger.
till you try it.
I'm
No,
not.
no,
That's
you're
it.
right, you're
Everything
right,
I
though.
don't like in life, I've never tried.
I have a palate
I don't
of a
like. I don't like
5-year-old.
tapioca. I don't like blue
Tapioca?
cheese.
Oh
and I'm
my
not.
god, man. You are making me crazy right now.
Oh, it's like fish egg pudding.
Let me guess, you like cottage cheese though.
No.
What is that?
All right, we agree on that one.
I've never tried it. I've never tried it. I
can't-
probably
I
would
can't
though.
stand it.
The thing is like I probably would like blue cheese. I probably would like tapioca, and I probably would like rose rolled blunts, pedaled blunts. But it's like I've just never tried it.
You like the
and
green eggs
I'm
and
ignorant
ham
of
guy
that.
at the
It's the
end?
only 3 things in life I don't like.
Like, could I in a box? No, no.
With a rose pedaled blunt.
So that it's
Oh jeez,
back to
that was
the
good.
innovation.
That was good. What were we talking
Yeah,
about?
oh, you killed me there.
The weed's good.
It works, man. I really like it. So another thing for innovation that I would love to see on the consumer side of things, that personally I don't seemingly see as much, and I saw one time, is like a heating rod instead of using a lighter. I've seen it once, but it's somebody who used a torch, but like literally like maybe
A
a
hot
flame.
stick
So
thing?
like this, right? And this is tight too. This little poker. Check this out. Maybe check it out. Maybe let me set the blunt down.
Moving parts and weed don't go together. Oh, there you go.
Boom.
There you go. It's a
Next
shift.
third
bro.
stick. So what would be
Jesus.
tight is if this motherfucker heated up,
Got hot.
and so then I could take a
Yeah,
take
there
a hit
are
off my
there are
bowl.
those things.
Are there
are
those
those
things?
things.
See, and I need
yes,
to know,
except
and
you're
that's
plugged
why-
into the wall. You're
Oh,
plugged into
yeah,
the wall
that's
on that. As
sketchy.
far as I
I'm
know,
not-
and
no.
come on, it's 2021, so I'm sure there's battery. But yeah, there are hot rods. I don't know what the fuck they're
Yeah,
called.
like
You
a
just
fucking
stick it
hot
on.
rod. I want a hot rod.
Well, that would
it was
help
like
a little
this,
bit.
like one of these things.
As I said, that would help a little bit with like even cleaning the bowl, right? If your bowl is not hot, scraping that resin, it's kind of a pain, right? Even if that little piece was just heated up, it would probably scrape the resin a little bit easier.
That would be tight. I've done that before. I've literally taken a lighter to a shitty knife, got it warm so I could get that funk out of there.
Right.
Threw the knife in the street for kids to pick up. No, just kidding. These are jokes. And that's the kind of thing, man. Those little innovative things. And another innovative thing that I have to give a fucking huge plug, huge shout out to Freeze Pipe, man. And I know there's probably other products out there like it, but not as dope as this. Oh my god! I don't know if you saw Chris's amazing
sweet.
Billy Mays style display on Twitch.
Has one. I think G-Cell has.
They don't sell it like G's because these dudes were sold out.
G-Pen, thank you.
G-Pen.
G-Pen. Yeah. And what is it?
Yeah, for the people who are listening, you can't see the screen.
Well, the people who are listening, that was a e-nail, the Freeze Pipe e-nail, and holy shit, it is tight, man. That thing is amazing. Not only does the battery last forever, that's my first, wow, I can't believe it, but you get amazing hits. This is like a peak for a fraction of the price. You're able to just put it to any of your bowls because it's got even an adapter. So any bong that you may have already had or any of the rig you've already had, you can put this right on there. It's not this big, long, weird cord with a fucking box like you got a microphone set up. Like, literally, I went over to somebody's house who had a dab rig, and I thought they had a mic set up. And I was like, what's that over there? Don't knock it till you try it, bro.
Pigeons holds one up.
That's what I'm saying. You can't walk around with it. I can go anywhere.
Yes, I can. I can dance with it.
This is what I'm saying. The restrictions of it, man. It's like, this is amazing.
No, you're right.
Dude.
You're right. It
It's great.
is a nice piece.
You don't have one yet?
No, I don't.
I do. I love it. It's the only email I've ever had, and I love it. Pigeons zooming in.
Where is it, Mike? No, I'll get you one. Fuck it. I bought.
I've never even bought. I
paid for mine. Yeah, I know. I don't like asking for free shit. That's the thing. Is this video's not sponsored by anyone to give us free shit.
Not sponsored.
Well, it might be sponsored, but it's not sponsored by anyone giving us free shit that's mentioned in this video. So
no.
Yeah.
Haters.
Ciao.
Yeah, I like that email.
Sweet.
Go,
Anything else?
Yeah, let's
Chris?
go back to the grill for a minute here. So a couple other things. These ones are kind of quick. So a common problem that a lot of people have is having their equipment, either having it inside the tent or outside the tent. If you put your equipment inside the tent, like a heater, humidifier, those things take up space, right? So you're losing out on some of your footprint. So then putting it outside of the grow tent, it's not directly coming into the actual tent. And so, I've seen people put up their portable air conditioner, they'll put it next to the tent, and they'll take cardboard and then put it so it comes directly into the vent, whether it be the sock or the actual rectangle intake vent. But having equipment that's made specifically to connect to the grow tent, right? So maybe it's in a piece that just, clicks on to a humidifier, for example.
That
so
would be tight. That's already can go to what you already have.
Directly into the tent, so you're not taking up that space. But yeah, for dehumidifier, air conditioner, heater, and humidifier, all those things, if there was a way to keep it outside the tent but connect it directly to the tent so everything comes in, I think that'd be a huge win. I don't think there's anything like that.
There is not, and that would be totally a great fit, because the tent could still come as its own shell, and then these pieces would just be pieces that you would put on and adapt. So your humidifier would need to be specific, and this would all be proprietary. So it's like you could then, this outfit could sell the humidifier, could sell the heater, could sell the air conditioner, could sell whatever I didn't mention with an adapter. Hello Apple, you know what I mean? And then have that stuff hooked up to the tent, already using, like you said, the sock, the vents, the holes in the tent are already there. I don't know about you guys. I'm new to tent growing, but 8 of my 10 holes are all zipped up and closed.
Yeah, my holes aren't all filled.
Just feeling you're missing out, bro.
I'm feeling goofy today. Sorry,
right.
Chad.
Right. We're letting loose. These episodes are getting more and more relaxed. I feel like we're more and more comfortable. And in fact, if you guys enjoy these episodes, you know what we're going to tell you to do. Hit that thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate the episodes, because the best feedback we get is from your mouth in the comment section. So let us know. Let us know what you guys think, because we listen to you guys.
Yeah.
One more. Got one more.
Go for it. Hit us.
I got two.
You got 2 more? Okay, so we're still going here.
Yeah, we're good.
We're here,
we're
dude.
good.
All right, so training is always kind of a pain, right? Some people use a scrog, some people use tomato cages, some people use bamboo stakes. I feel like there's some things that could be improved there. For example, I do like the tomato cages, but I don't like how, if you have a small plant and you're just starting to weave things through it, well, you've got that extra racking that can take up space, and that limits your grow light from being able to be brought down more. So there's some problems with tomato cages. Now, stackable tomato cages is what I'm kind of getting at. Now, I think there are some on the market. From what I see on Amazon, I couldn't find a good one. Something that's maybe flexible as well. But being able to, have your first layer of tomato cage, then when your plant grows up, being able to like clip it on. Actually, I think it does exist, but it's not good. It's not flexible enough.
It's low quality. I saw one too.
Low
Yeah,
quality,
yeah.
probably too expensive. But I think that if there were stackable tomato cages, I think that would help a ton with training. I just don't see it on the market right now, or at least a good one on the market right now.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen that's comparable that you can stack to it would be the Web. It's a product there, Michigan made. It's a little heavy. It's big. I was going to put it in my garden, but it's just too fucking big, man. I wanted to. I did, but I couldn't even get it in my vehicle for a few weeks. Trey had to drop it off in his big-ass truck. Like, it's fucking huge. But that's kind of like that, too. You can stack up layers. So you can start up your first layer of like a scrog. It's got a round type of metal screen. It works its way through. And then you got a second layer that you can do and work its way through. And then you also can have it so you have your LED light directly, or whatever kind of light you have, connected to the tip top of this thing. So it's got like an additional layer. Cool. Yes, but a little much, a little pricey, big metal, heavy, clunky. Better for commercial grows, in my opinion. If you're on like a micro grow, like a 150 plant grow or something like that, maybe that would be more ideal. But it doesn't work for me. What does work for me for plant training is these were actually made by a buddy, 3D printed these. So there's products though, companies that are pushing these out there. A lot of them are just random Shopify companies,
I've got a pack or two.
Yeah, they work
in
pretty
different
good.
color.
If you catch them when they're young and mendable, you can put your, weave the branches through here, and then basically just have your low stress training start. Now these aren't as bent as I would like to see.
Right.
I'd like to see a little bit where you can again attach these. Like I'd like the capability to do like maybe two of them, so I'm doing a harder 90-degree turn instead of just that little bit. And I know I could do them like piece by piece by piece, but it's a little bit, they don't bend, so you could potentially cut into that plant when you're doing it. So if there was just a little more innovation.
And I'm just like, I haven't used them yet. I just looking at what you're showing me there and how big I can get some of my stems.
It'll break right through this.
It would definitely impale the stems through. Like it'd be like choking them off. You know what I mean? I'm more of a hands-on, and having more shit in my pot. It's like a cook in the kitchen, man. I don't need more tools in my pot. Like I got too much shit going on already. The tie downs, the strings, the pulls, the bends. This,
These look like braids.
I've seen those before. So it's like a 2-inch or a 3-inch piece of plastic, right? It's somewhat bent, and you're supposed to clip it onto the branches. And since it's somewhat bent, it bends the branches down, right? Is that kind of the idea behind that product?
Yeah, they just look like grow barrettes by the time you put them all up in that motherfucker. I don't know if you guys are
So I've seen those before. I haven't used them yet. I thought it was pretty
Coolio
interesting.
They're innovative and it's cool, and that's where they're getting the plug. And this is
that's
from
what
my
we
homeboy
need.
that made them 3D.
And that's what we need. We need this innovative stuff that'll lead to more things.
I've seen, talking about 3D printing, I've seen somebody who have done the clip-on piece. You know those small oscillating fans, like 8-inch fans, home ones, the ones that are homes. That's the brand name. It's pretty popular. You can actually undo the bottom, the base part, and they have a 3D printed piece that can attach to that and clip directly onto your grow tent pole.
Oh, I need that.
So it's a 3D printed piece. It's super expensive. I think it was like $50 or something like that for that one piece.
I'm good.
You can go out and buy a fan, a clip-on fan for like $30.
I use zip ties.
I think
I zip tied my fan.
Monkey makes a fan. Vivo Sun makes a fan. I think there was one Burnout. I'm sure we'll get a bunch of people in the comments
I'm
saying
sure
that
they'll burn out on you for
they
Vivos.
burn out like crazy. But
Cheapos.
but that's an innovative product that I could see more of. Is whether it be a 3D printed piece or it's just some sort of a clip-on fan, a better quality clip-on fan. Because the ones
more
on the market right
tent
now aren't
specific items, really. Like stuff that are specifically designed for tents.
Yeah.
It's kind of really what
Tent
like
grows
we're
are-
using
New
stuff
York
for
is gonna
grow
make tents
rooms.
super
and,
popular. Bet my
Of
fucking
course.
sweet ass on it. Invest
oh,
in
it will.
tents.
They're forced to it.
What's a tent company we can give Chris? What's a stock for a tent maker?
Oh,
Right,
what?
GrowGen. They'll be selling a lot of fucking tents.
Grow generation stock, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get GrowGen. Buy. No. No, I'm just
We got to
kidding.
do a
Don't
part
it.
2 on stocks.
I know, an update
Right.
because we had a big dip shortly thereafter.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's picking back up. Like,
Yeah. Pot
you know,
stocks.
companies, pot stocks, part
Talk
2.
about
I got
that,
my
yeah.
pot stocks for that episode too. So I think we
Nice.
can do it, man. I think that really covers it for innovation. If there's anything we missed, we'd love to always do part 2s of everything because we love to fucking talk. At least me and Pigeons do. We talk so goddamn much. We made another podcast, Dot Buds. Check it out.
We've turned Chris into quite the talker too. I might
I
say.
love it. I
That guy's
love it.
got
I
a
love
kick-ass
it.
talk show over on his channel, just banging right now.
Garden
if you guys
Talker,
haven't
Mr.
seen it.
Grow It.
Yeah, that thing's doing pretty well. A lot of people seem to like
Doing
it.
very
You know,
good.
Talking one-on-one with growers, just trying to get information about them, about like what they do in their garden in order to grow their plants. And
Dude.
yeah, people are loving it. So
I love it.
I
I've
could
never
listen to you all
seen
day.
fucking Goblin talk as much as you got him to talk. Like I said, you are our time's fucking. I'm totally stoned.
Larry King. Howard Stern?
Who's the guy who
Howard
was
Stern?
the success guy? Oh, why am I stoned? That's good. The weed's working.
I
and
only
that's what
named the
matters.
2 greatest interviewers of all
Outwitting
time. I
the
can't
Devil.
wait to hear you come up with.
Outwitting the Devil, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Like he's
Yeah,
the
that's fair.
original. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going around, you're finding all the great minds, you're pulling them together,
Johnny
of things that
Carson,
you don't
that's another one.
necessarily do, and finding one equal. Like I love it, man. So make sure you check that out. Also, CLtv, baby. You already know. We just had a banger on 420. Ooh, ooh. I
that
wish
was
you were there,
fun.
Chris. We missed you.
yeah, I
missed you.
was destroyed.
I know.
Yeah, you're telling
we,
me.
we was
Rest in
getting
peace.
a buzz early that day too. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
But yeah, I think that was a great episode, boys. With that being said, smash that motherfucking like if you haven't already. If you're listening to this, make sure you listen to more. We're going to be dropping them every week. And maybe more. Who knows?
And all
Who
that
knows?
stuff that we say afterwards.
Yeah. Twitch.tv.
Thanks so much for
//
watching, guys.
Podcast. And this is Rob from CLtv, Pigeons 420, and Mr. Grow It. Stay
Peace.
with y'all.